Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Today I'm coming at you with a video talking about sit-ups, particularly sit-ups within the Army's physical fitness test. You may be asking yourself, why am I going to be covering a topic that seems pretty straightforward? I mean, it's a sit-up, you sit down. When actually it is a little bit more detailed and complicated than that, and you can ask any person that was in the military that had some pretty outstanding numbers. And what I mean by outstanding numbers is usually anything above 100 sit-ups within 2 minutes. Back when I was in the military, particularly in college when I was competing, I was averaging about 110 plus sit-ups in 2 minutes. In order to achieve that number, there are two special techniques that I used throughout my career that helped me get to this number every single time. People always ask me, you're just super strong, or is there a secret technique? And yes, there is a secret technique if you employ it correctly. First, I'm just going to talk about what the Army standard is, what the test is. Now, you may be saying that the test is changing and this and that, and you are correct, but I do believe that they still do employ the sit-ups for their physical fitness test. Then I'm going to be talking about what muscles are involved, how to stretch, and how to prepare for the following event after that. And then I'm going to dive into showing you exactly how I do my technique. All right, with that being said, let's get after it. All right, so real quick before we get started, I just wanted to give you a little bit of history on myself. Before I was in the military, I was in college at ROTC at the Florida Institute of Technology around 2006 to 2010. If you look them up, that particular program, we were actually very, very successful at winning physical fitness competitions, particularly 2007 and beyond. We won every single year that I was there. And we actually, in the entire southeastern region, and what that means, that covers states from Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, and Puerto Rico. So we topped all of those schools every single year, and not only did we win, we won hard. So after that, I actually enlisted in the military, and I was in the 1st Ranger Battalion for 6 years. So again, I just wanted to give you my background so that you knew where I was coming from with the, my take on the sit-ups. All right, first I'm just going to talk about the Army test in general, just to give you a little bit of background if you're not in the military. So the Army test for physical fitness is push-ups, sit-ups, and a 2-mile run. The push-ups and sit-ups are 2 minutes each, and then the 2-mile run is just a timed 2-mile run. Now, for sit-ups, and really push-ups as well, it's 2 minutes. It's fast and furious, as many as you can. Go. It's gonna burn, it's gonna hurt, just go. A lot of people take breaks. Now that's okay with push-ups, but when it comes to sit-ups, you just need to go. Do not stop, because you can use your momentum, and that's one of my secrets that I'm going to be sharing with you here in a minute. There is a level of pace, do not get me wrong. There is a level of pace, and I'm going to cover that at the end of this video, but don't think that you have to mathematically predict, oh, I need this particular pace and whatnot. No, just listen to what I say, but also just remember, it's 2 minutes. It's going to burn. It's going to hurt. You just got to go. All right, next, we're just going to talk about the muscle groups. All right, everyone out there, you hear the word sit up and you immediately think abs, 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 abs. And yes, there is a level of abs that is worked into the sit up, but I will tell you that the abs are very small. They are going to burn out fast. All right. The most important muscle group in a sit-up workout for the Army PT test is the quad. The quad is a massive muscle. You have 2 of them, and that is what you're primarily going to use for your sit-ups to get to those high-level numbers. And again, you might be saying, oh, the quads, I'm going to get to it and show you how to do it in a minute, all right? But what I want to cover first is just a little bit about the quads themselves. So when I was taking my PT test leading up to my sit-ups, I was stretching my quads, stretching my quads, stretching my quads. Not only because of the sit-ups, but following the sit-ups is the 2-mile run. And again, a 2-mile run is a sprint. It's going to hurt. It's going to stink. You just got to do it. So with your quads, you have to stretch them leading into the sit-ups. Now, when you finish your sit-ups doing this method that I'm going to show you, your legs are going to hurt. They are going to hurt so bad, especially if you're doing this for the first time, that you need to immediately start stretching and loosening the legs back out, because you're going to be going into the 2-mile run. Now, quick disclaimer. If you are not a good runner for the 2-mile run, I would suggest that when you get in line for your PT test, that you go first. You want as much time between your sit-ups and your 2-mile run, because you're going to need to loosen your legs back up because they're going to be super tight. If you are the last one in line to go in sit-ups and then you immediately go into your 2-mile run, it's going to hurt. Your 2-mile time is going to be substantially lower. So again, ensure that you do these stretches properly. You focus on that muscle group and prepare yourself properly.
All right, now we're gonna get into my special technique. As you can see, I'm in the sit-up position here. All right, from here you would think to use your abs, but what I'm gonna have you do before someone is holding your feet is go ahead and bring your knees to your chest. Keep bringing your knees to your chest and get this motion down. As you can see, you cannot sit up fully. Now, once someone has put their hands on your feet and you attempt to bring your knees to your chest, your quads are going to be doing the blunt of the work, bringing your upper body to the up position. Again, your abs are a smaller muscle than your quads, so they will fatigue faster. And with this method, your quads will be able to go longer and you'll be able to get those numbers higher and higher. All right, moving into my next technique, this is going to be the drop hand slap technique. This is meant for when you are exhausted, when you're fatigued, when you can't stop at that shoulder blade meeting the ground spot. You will then just let yourself fall down, use the momentum to slap off the ground and whip back up. Remember to wiggle as much as possible to get up.
All right, going into the Army standard, their movement and whatnot. On the sit-ups, what they state here is that you must start in the lowered position with your head on the ground, hands behind your head. And when the timekeeper says go, you will begin to raise yourself up. Now, raising yourself up is as far as the plane, okay? As seen here, the plane is right about here, all right? And that is where you need to stop and begin to lower yourself back down. Now, it is not when your elbows touch your knees, it is when the top of your spine breaks the plane. All right, it does not mean that your spine needs to be completely vertical. It's when the top of your spine breaks the plane. Again, not your elbows touching your knees, and it is not going all the way up. If you go all the way up, you're just wasting time. Now, I will say that when you go all the way up, it is to take a break, and that's it, because you're releasing all the muscles. Now, once the top of your spine has passed the plane, you may lower yourself back down. Now, that is a key word that I said there. Lower, all right? If you lower your body, you are burning unnecessary muscles. If you lower your body, you are burning unnecessary muscles. So what you need to do is drop. Drop. As soon as your spine breaks the plane, drop. All right? Now, this is another key part. I'm saying drop. At first, when your muscles are fresh, you only need to drop to where your shoulder blades meet the ground. Again, this is for Army standard, okay? Shoulder blades meet the ground. As you can see right here, this is when the shoulder blades meet the ground, all right? Later on, when you're fatigued, is when you're gonna let your whole head go back and your whole back lay flat on the ground, all right? But while you're fresh, you're going to stop once your shoulder blades meet the ground and raise back up to the top of your spine, breaks the plane again. So you're working within a very small window to do these movements, and that's where you're gonna make up those big numbers and save a lot of your muscle fatigue for later on. All right, and last, we're gonna re-talk about the pace, okay? At the beginning, you are going almost as fast as humanly possible. You wanna maintain about 1 rep per second. Now, obviously, if you're working into this and you're building your strength and building this technique, it's not going to go 1 per second, but that's what you want to work towards, okay? 1 per second. When the fatigue starts to set in, you're going to slow that cadence down, but you're not going to stop, okay? You're going to continue to go using the arm slap technique with momentum, okay? Yes, if you need to stop, you take a break in the upright position where you're not engaging any muscles, but you need to continue to move. Go and go and go. It's going to burn. And finally, I'm going to talk a little bit about training your sit-ups. All right. Sit-ups, push-ups, pull-ups, all of these exercises, people want to get into the gym and work out their chest and work out their arms and work out some crunches. And that's another thing that people always ask me, you know, hey, what kind of crunches do you do? How much do you work out your abs for sit-ups? Yes, it's going to help. But at the end of the day, with push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, in order to get better at them, you have to do them. That's just the bottom line. If you want to get better at push-ups, you have to do push-ups. If you want to get better at pull-ups, you have to do pull-ups. And that's really it. And when it comes to any kind of training, really with any muscle group, but what I've particularly found with push-ups and sit-ups is that you need to train past what you can do. If you solely train in 2 minutes, your body is only going to recognize 2 minutes, and it's never going to push past that. All right, you can do it all you want, but if you never push past that limit, your body's never going to be able to go. And what I mean by that is simply, let's say that you do a simple 2-minute workout for push-ups or sit-ups. And let's say that you get to 70, either one. Let's say that you get to the number 70. Okay, as a goal, at that point, we have a baseline. And now what we need to do is increase that baseline. So you finish your 2 minutes as hard as you can, and you get to 70, the goal is 80. Okay, so when you finish your 2 minutes, you do not stop. Okay, you finish your 2 minutes as hard as you can, and once those 2 minutes are over, okay, get to 80, whatever you're at. If you're at 70, 72, 75, 65, it doesn't matter, push to 80. And you can go to your knees if you need to, take a break, but you need to push to 80. And once you get that baseline up to 80, then you're just gonna continue to increase. Okay, I did 80 sit-ups in 2 minutes. Okay, awesome, get to 90. Okay, and that's how you push your body past its limits, all right, and go to the next level. All right, and again, that is by doing that particular exercise. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video and actually got something from it. Definitely leave me some comments down below and let me know if this helped you, or if you didn't quite understand something, or if you want to see a different video on push-ups or anything like that. Make sure you guys go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to be notified when I drop my next video. Young Gun Run, you are the winner of my contest for my fitness band, so be sure to message me if you can, and I'll get that product out to you as soon as possible. All right, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and let's kill it.